What is the most typical color combination for the holidays? I asked that question on my community tab and my Twitter, which you should definitely follow by the way. And by a landslide, the typical Santa combo of red and white won. And why am I telling you this when you can read the title? I don't know. I decided to do a Hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Platinum, using only Pokemon that have color red or white as their pokedex color. And this is important to clarify, since a lot of Pokemon that I could use are not really red. But I did as Bulbapedia said. My encounter rule for this changed a bit too, so I still had to catch the first eligible Pokemon on each route. But I could re-roll if it didn't fit the color rule. For the record, if I didn't, I'd have like 2 Pokemon on my team. The rest of my Hardcore Nuzlocke rules are in the description, but with that said, let's get right into the Platinum Holiday Edition. I start the game by naming my rival Grinch, obviously, and then pick his starter. Yeah, none of these starters match the jolly vibe, since the Chimchar's line is the closest, but is registered as brown in the dex. But I want this run to be as challenging as possible, so I pick Turtwig so Grinch gets the monkey. I buy some Pokeballs and get my actual starter, the red-ish Kricketot, which I name Nutcracker. Turtwig goes into the box and I eventually win my first trainer fight and get a fishing rod, enabling me to get Magikarp. What's it gonna be? Kricketot hits the desired level, evolves, and finally gets a damaging move, meaning it's time to clap Grinch on our way to Orberg. There, I meet the local show-off and square with him for my first, and probably scariest gym badge. I mean, beating 3 decent rock types with a single super weak bug type, that definitely needs a ton of luck, right? Well, let's just say Cricketune ate Cloverfields for breakfast. I started with a Fury Color setup, as Geodude goes for Stealth Rocks, and I hit a second one as I see how much damage is a single rock throw. Third hit leaves it right outside the yellow bar, as another rock throw just barely misses a kill. Thankfully, my Oran Berry is there to stop the annoying beeping, and another Fury Counter ends Geodude, bringing Onyx on the field. I wasn't even sure if I outspeed that thing, let alone kill it, but Cricketune had a different take on it. As Granados comes out, I just watch in disbelief as Nutcracker lives up to his name and cracks his nut open with one last Fury Counter. With the first badge in the bag, and the toughest opponent until Cynthia defeated, I'm feeling pretty confident, fighting grunts left and right, and teaching Rock Smash instead of the Abysmal Bite. I also dodged trainers all the way to Floroma Town, where I rushed to Valley Windworks to get another team member. Finally, a Pokemon with a base stat total over 400. Surely this is gonna stay on the team for a long time and help me with the run, right? Right? Once I get access to Honey Trees, I get another team member. Yeah, just like Magikarp and a few upcoming Pokemon, I'm not allowed to evolve this. Great, move on to face Mars. Zubat is no match for Pachirisu, and even though the Paragly can pose threats in some playthroughs, a Nuzlocke like me will have no trouble dealing with it. And yes, that's secret. Yup, she does. Well, that was dumb. Nutcracker is able to rock smash the fat cat to oblivion, but this death actually hurt, and was completely preventable if I didn't play rash and aggressive. After burying my favorite stocking, I need to vent my frustration, so I released the Turtwig. I had to guide Cheryl to safety, so I opted for the obvious repelling method, which I then completely forgot about and ran into the only eligible Pokemon in the Eterna Forest. Well, good thing I didn't get punished for it. Wouldn't want to pass a Pokemon with Harden as its only move, am I right? Once I go to Eterna City, I immediately rushed for Meditite. Yeah, I didn't realize you allow blue in your... Chill. I'm going to box it until it evolves into the red Medicham. I also meet Cynthia for the first time, and make 2 more mistakes. First, I teach Cut before being able to use it instead of Fury Cutter. Then forget there's no infinite TMs here, and teach Return to Cherubi, which I also accidentally overleveled. I guess that's what the first meeting with Cynthia does to you, huh? Time for Gardenia. And she's so eco-friendly, she picks up trash after people. For example, she took the Turtwig I threw out. Nutcracker tries to Serenade to it, but misses, as Turtwig sets up Reflect. Another Sync connects, and I speed up while taking Leech Life and Rock Smashes for the defense drops. Then I sleep Turtwig again and go for Cut as he sets up Sun, which I deliberately try to stall before taking him out. But as I hit another Rock Smash without the drop, Turtwig wakes up and hits me with the last turn Sun Razor Leaf, and Gardenia heals him for it, meaning Nutcracker seeks vengeance with a crit Leech Seed for his own heal. Cherrim's eggplant form comes out, and magically doesn't really do anything, as Cricketune hits the high note again. Cherrim wakes up after a single turn of sleep, and another leech life barely misses the kill. Gardenia then wastes another super potion as I hit a super weak cut. Cherrim clicks one last magical leaf, and Cricketune sips the last drop of nectar from his withering flower, sending out the big bad Roserade. And after getting hit, I realized magical leaf actually stings this time, and that this is not gonna be as easy as I thought. After stalling the safeguard, I can finally hit Roserade with a sing, as she activates Cricketoon's berry with a grass knot. I try to go for Rock Smash, hoping for the defense drops once again, but get a crit instead. I decide that's good enough and go for Leech Life, which does minimal damage to Roserade, but she snoozes another turn, enabling me to get healed a bit more, but also activating his Citrus Berry and bringing the Roserade back to green HP. I keep the Leech Life grind as I wish I didn't delete Fury Killer, and then use the big brain of mine and sing even before Roserade wakes up. So after a Grass Knot crit, she goes back napping. 2 more Leech Lives leave it on literally 1 HP, but Roserade proves the old saying, you snooze you lose, and sleeps 1 turn too long, winning me the surprisingly difficult second badge. But I can't catch a break, going through the Galactic Hideout, grab an upgrade, and set to face Commander Jupiter. This time around, the more threatening Pokemon being Zubat, since without Pachirisu, I don't have an answer for it. I get lucky with Sing again, and manage to take it out with a Cut Rock Smash combo. Which brings another big fat Ace Cat. My eye doesn't bet and I put her to bed. Click Rock Smash, then dash into something fresh, eat a fruit dish, and win the clash with a fish. I know my rhymes are weak, but when was the last time you saw a lower level Magikarp beat a Skuntank? Cynthia then gives me the Togepi egg, and I get a bike. After a few minutes of speed up riding, the egg finally hatches, and Eggnog joins the team. After about a minute of bonding in PK hacks, Togepi evolves into Togetic, meaning now we can survive 2 tackles instead of 1. I then ride through the cycling road and get another frail teammate. After a run-in with another Coomer Pokemon, Elf evolves into a slightly less frail version. Do you see a pattern here? Anyway, I make it through the actually entertaining gym puzzle to face Fantina. I mean, she's French. How hard could the battle be? She leads with Duskull, so I lead Cherubi. And I see the Duskull as Cherubi gets hit by a pursuit. I hope for no pursuit turn 2, as I switch into Togetic, which works, and Duskull just misses a Will-O-Wisp. Then I click Yawn to stall the poor ghost. Spoiler alert, that's my plan for all 3 of them. And Duskull goes for Future Sight, meaning I can freely Encore him into that move as he falls asleep. I then switch back into Ornament, which takes a very weak Future Sight and hits a Grass Knot in return. Leech Seed makes Duskull hang on a slimmer, and Fantina wastes the Super Potion, as another Grass Knot takes about a third of its HP back down. I switch back into Togetic on the last sleep turn and try my luck with Metronome. Great, now the already slow Ghost is even slower. Huge. He goes for Future Sight while getting yawned at again. Then he misses a second Will-O-Wisp and goes down to a Metronome Flamethrower. Haunter comes out, and Togetic is perfect for it, since it likes to use Sucker Punch. I yawn as the first one fails, and then try to Charm, but Haunter confuses Togetic, who hits himself. Cherubi then Leech Seeds the poor Haunter, and I go into the Father Silcoon. I won't bother you with the details, but eventually I switch into Nutcracker on the 1 HP Haunter. The Ace Mismagius confuses Cricketune, who, even despite that, continues his singing streak, allowing me a free switch into Ornament for the Leech Seed again. Then I try to go for Grass Knot, but Mismagius wakes up and confuses Cherubi for another self-hit. I go into the normal type Eggnog on the incoming Shadow Ball, as Leech Seeds inevitably activates Mismagius' Citrus Berry. She then confuses Eggnog again, and he also continues his streak. Of self-hits, that is. Thank God for Leech Seed, because this moron does it again and again. Finally, the Oran Berry slaps some sense into him, and he hits Yawn. I know this turn he's guaranteed to snap out, so I click Metronome, which makes Togetic turn into a 45-year-old woman at McDonald's. Another Metronome goes exactly the other way, as Togetic whips out an Aeroblast to blast Mismagius out of orbit. Next, I had to face Grinch again, as the last major battle before my team got a significant upgrade. He leads Staravia, and I open with Eggnog, which just goes for Yawn, as Staravia hits a Light Wing attack. Then Togetic charms the bird after it sets up Double Team before falling asleep. I had to risk the Cherubi switch, since Leech Seed strat prove effective every time. I immediately switch back into Eggnog and try my Metronome like getting Foresight and then straight up Giga Impact. Beazle appears and gets off a free Water Gun while Eggnog recharges. Then Togetic gets Yawn after getting growled, and I get another free switch into Ornament on a Water Gun turn. Once Beazle sleeps, I just seed him and take him out with a single grass knot. Monferno is probably the most threatening member of his team, so I switch back into Eggnog on a flame wheel, and after tanking another one and getting healed by the berry, I yawn the monkey as well. Then I take an unnecessary risk, wasting a turn before Monferno snoozes. But I don't get punished for it. Once it's sound asleep, I can go freely to Kirlia on the free sleep turn, but as I go for Confusion, he wakes up. But just goes for Leer, meaning Confusion deals about 3/4, and after getting hit by a hard flame wheel, Kirlia fires off another Confusion, taking down the ace, and sending out just a poor Roselia. It just misses a stun spore and ends up on the same health as Monferno. Then it deals way too much damage with Mega Drain, and Kirlia manages to take it out with another Confusion, winning me the battle. I get a good rod, and after making it to Route 210, I catch a Scyther who evolves into a bright red KO machine named Candygain. In Veilstone, this guy willingly gives me a Porygon that I named Comet, and then I immediately evolve it with upgrade I had. Porygon classifies as pink, so I couldn't use it, but its evolutions are considered red. While I'm in the evolution mood, I also get the previously mentioned Scizor. Then I use a good rod to catch a Goldeen and make my way to Route 213 for a Wingull which can't evolve. Speaking of evolving, Elf might finally get some use now that I got way thicker type advantage. Maylene! Yeah, did you know that there's a fighting type gym leader? That's crazy, right? Let's talk about that now. She leads with the not red enough Meditite, meaning Elf can just set up Calm Mind as he goes for Rock Tomb. And then Oko with a critical Confusion next turn. Machoke comes out and also just gets one-shotted. Then her Ace Lucario comes out and he outspeeds and hits a critical hit Metal Claw. Confusion takes it below half in return, so I can easily go into Scizor on the next Metal Claw. I then tank a Drain Punch as well. Wing Attack isn't enough though, and Lucario manages to hit another Drain Punch. But it doesn't out-heal our damage potential fast enough, so Lucario falls to the next Wing Attack. I told you this team was getting stacked. Right after, Goldeen evolves, and we sweep through Grinch with ease this time. Porygon 2 had some issues trying to hit the double teaming Staravia, but since Recover exists, there's nothing that couldn't be fixed, including the big brain strategy with Endeavor Staravia was cooking. After another wing attack, Psybeam thankfully hits, putting an end to the dodgy bird. From then, Nutcracker just deflowers Roselia with X-Scissor, Jingle Bell drowns the monkey, and as Beazle comes out, I have to risk the Seeking because it's safer than switching out because of Pursuit. The first flail leaves it on 1 HP, and after Beazle lands a quick attack for a solid 10, Waterpulse just takes it out. Meaning, it's time for Wake up, Medicham, it's time to learn TMs! No, seriously, it's time for Gresher Wake. He leads with Gyarados, but as a foolish man doesn't give it a Wackenberry, so Elf is just able to fry the dragon wannabe. Baiting his Ace Floatzel, and since he's going for Crunch, Nutcracker is here to miss a thing. So I bring Comet out on an Aqua Jet. After he shrugs off a Crunch, he hits Psybeam for decent damage, and I recover after the next Crunch. Then we once again trade Crunch for Psybeam, this time activating Floatzel's Berry. I decide it's probably just safer to go into Jingle Bell, and after a Crunch defense drops, I immediately go for a big brain move and click Flail, taking down Floatzel and Wake's dreams of beating me. I know he also has a Quagsire, but did you really think that was gonna stop Gardevoir? With the 5th badge in my pocket, I go for a Great Martian counter, where I can only get a Yanma. 1, 2, 3, motherfucker! Anyway, I spray some ducks, talk with Cynthia once more, and then fight Cyrus, who I forgot to switch my party for. Medicham has to take 2 Ice Punches, thanks to my mistake, but afterwards, he one-shots Sneasel with Drain Punch, getting some of his health back. Golbat comes out, so I switch into Combat on the Flying type move and shrug off a Poison Fang before taking most of Golbat's health with the Discharge. Cyrus then confuses me knowing my luck, and I get a stop it immediately. I just switch into one of the father Pokemon, who just gets poisoned. Jingle Bell is able to hit through confusion and kill the Golbat, sending out Murkrow last. Drill Peck does decent damage, and after another cell hit means I have to switch. Scizor eats a Feint Attack and a Nightshade before slashing away. Second slash misses the kill, enabling Murkrow to heal via Citrus Berry. Comet is eventually able to tank the Drill Peck and shock the little bird with Discharge. Then I teach Fly and Surf for easier ways to travel. I face off against Grinch once more. This time around, he already has a Staraptor, so I lead with Elf. As he double teams, Elf is able to hit guaranteed Shockwave that just barely misses a kill. But Staraptor goes for Takedown, dealing embarrassing damage to Gardevoir as a second Shockwave takes it out. Heracross comes out, and I try to switch to Wingull, but yeah, there's not a timeline when that's a good option. I go into Caesar on the next Night Slash, and after taking a Brick Break, Red Bug takes out Blue Beetle, baiting the Ace Infernape. So I switch into Jingle Bell on the Flame Wheel, and Infernape uses Brick Break for some decent damage before Surf levels the playfield. I want to go into Elf on Brick Break, but Grinch switches instead, making it an ideal matchup for me. So after a single Toxic Spike setup, Roserade falls to a Psychic, bringing out Floatzel, meaning spikes are not the only reason I can't switch. Unboosted Pursuit does about 30 to Elf, as Shockwave leaves Floatzel on a single HP again. Another Pursuit puts Elf into single digits, which doesn't really matter since she's able to strike her foe down with another Shockwave, leaving just the Infernape. And I go into Medicham on the guaranteed Mag Punch, and then let it tank an Aerial Ice in exchange for Drain Punch to take out the last Pokemon on Grinch's team. Meaning Byron's next. Unfortunately for him, all three of his Pokemon are weak to Gingerbread and Jingle Bell. I lead with Gingerbread and use a single Drain Punch to knock out Magneton. With Steelix, I gamble on it using Sandstorm first, which I lose, and EQ does almost half to Medicham, as I use my last Drain Punch PP to bring Steelix to red. I also forgot that Byron heals, so I just went for Confusion to kill, and I was greeted with a full restore. I switch into Jingle Bell on another Earthquake, and then use Surf to knock out Steelix. Bastiodon is last, and I just go for Surf, which does exactly half of its HP. As Bastiodon sets up Iron Defense? Okay. Another Surf is a bit lower roll, so Bastiodon lives. Once again, barely. And Byron throws again and uses Taunt? Well, that makes it easier. Third Surf knocks out Bastiodon, winning us another trivial gym badge. I pay a visit to Iron Islands, literally just to get a shiny stone and evolve Togetic into Togekiss. I then make my way to Fuego Ironworks to pick up a spicy new team member in Magmar, who I name Fireplace and evolve into Magmortar right away. I once again forgot to switch my party around, so I have to go into Gardevoir turn 1 as Golbat misses Supersonic. Then it uses Toxic as a Psychic is a clean KO. Next up is Bronzor. Once again, he manages to live on a single digit, and Rock Tomb thankfully doesn't do much in return. I can go into Caesar on a crit Rock Tomb and finish it off with a crit of my own. Toxicroak is last, and after a few failed attempts to damage it with Caesar, I go into Gardevoir, which tanks the Feint attack and finishes off the Toxicroak with another Psychic. And since that wasn't enough astrology yet, I go straight into the Mars fight. This one is easier, with a Golbat falling to Psychic, Porugly to a crit X-Scissor, and Bronzor to 3 more X-Scissors. I use Defog and get a Nevermelt Ice, which is gonna come into play later. After I make it out, I catch a Snover and a female Snorunt, the only gender eligible for this challenge. I give it a Luxury Ball and name it Christmas Spirit. In Snowpoint City, I waste no time getting into the gym, and after I rush through the puzzle, I face off against the next gym leader, that I can't really remember the name of right now. Maybe you guys can help me. Anyway, she leads with Sneasel, so Gingerbread is able to tank an Aerial Ice and finish it off with a Drain Punch, getting the HP back. Frostlass comes out, making the Snowcloak useless, and I switch into Porygon too. Frostlass wants me to miss anyway, so she goes for a double team. But Combat not only hits a discharge, it also paralyzes the Ghost, forcing the gym leader to switch into her Abomasnow. I pivot through Elf on a Focus Blast, and then into Magmortar on a Woodhammer. Fireplace then shows the true holiday fear as he lights the Christmas tree on fire. Pilosvine is out next, and she's just fodder for one more Flamethrower PP. Frostlass comes back, and I go into Comet, anticipating a Shadow Ball, but she just double teams. Comet then misses a move as Frostlass stays paralyzed. Next turn, we manage to hit and land a crit once again for 99% of Frostlass's remaining HP. She hits Comet with a Blizzard, and in return, we get lucky and land another discharge, taking down the 7th gym with ease. I use the second return TM on Togekiss, so we can finally use it. I also evolve Abomasnow, and after getting a Dawnstone, Frostlass. I breeze through the storage just to get a dubious disc, and use capitalism instead of gambling to buy a Silk Scarf. Our new MVP finally reaches its final stage into Porygon Z. This ensures me Kanye would certainly like Cyrus. Speaking of Cyrus, he's next on the chopping block. I have to switch Frostlass out on Sneasel, enabling it to hit Caesar with Ice Punch. He then goes for Screech as I Oko with an X-Scissor. His newly evolved Honchkrow enters, and I want to go into Eggnog for Dropback. Then I stupidly click Yawn on an Insomnia Pokemon, as he hits another Dropback, forcing me to switch into combat. Dropback does serious damage here as well, but since I don't really have any other option, I decide to try and out-heal it with Recovers. Honchkrow goes for Feint Attack when I'm low on HP, meaning it is possible if I get lucky with no crits. After a few rounds, I finally see that I'm not dead to a non-crit Feint Attack, and I go for Discharge, which manages to crit and put down the Honchkrow. His Crobat's out next, and since there's not a lot he could do to combat, I stay in, and after shrugging off Poison Fang, a Discharge puts it below half and paralyzes it. I decide to recover just for good measure, and Crobat misses an Recover. One more Discharge finishes him off, meaning Cyrus is defeated again. Then I make my way to the mic to tell you to like the video and subscribe because it really helps. Anyway, there's also a Saturn fight, but I'll summarize it. Comet, Scizor, and Scizor again. As I made my way to Spear Pillar, I got one of the final members for our playthrough. An Absol I named BJ Crib. BJ, of course, stands for Baby Jesus. What did you think? Spear Pillar has one more double battle with the admins, which Grinch joins me for. Bronzors pose no threat to Jingle Bell, and the hosting Infernape. The Golbats then execute the monkey, and Comet's Discharge takes out both of them, as well as the Floatzel. Purugly then falls to a Drain Punch, and Skuntank hangs on just long enough to kill the Staraptor, before Heracross steals my kill with close combat. We then experience the peak of storytelling in Pokemon, as Giratina appears to snatch Cyrus. Which means it's time to run. After making it back with a team against Cyrus, Cynthia convinced me to jump in the black hole, and after a few minutes and this cool upside down waterfall slide, I push rocks into holes and get ready for a tough fight. Cyrus leads with a menacing Houndoom that goes for a Will-O-Wisp, reducing the damage Waterfall is going to do. I go for a second one as Houndoom misses a Thunder Fang, taking down the Hellhound. Gyarados is out next, and I know I will live an Earthquake, so I click Surf. The EQ activates Jingle Bell's Citrus Berry, putting him back to green HP. That doesn't change the fact that Surf doesn't do anything to the mighty Sea Serpent, meaning it's time for Elf, who actually steals Gyarados' Intimidate, making EQ do even less damage. Gyarados still goes for it, taking Gardevoir just slightly below 100 HP. Then he goes for Waterfall, yeah, like that's not a physical move, as I click Shockwave, and after living in yellow, Gardevoir puts Gyarados on a verge of red HP. So I have to go into Porygon as Cyrus uses a full restore. I'm almost certain Discharge will kill, and Comet outspeeds, meaning I can stay full HP against the terrifying Honchkrow. But my 1 HP luck strikes once more, enabling Gyarados to hit Waterfall for a huge portion of Porygon's HP, before a second Discharge sweeps him off the field. Then the Honchkrow enters, and I decide to use Recover first, as he goes for Dropback, activating my Citrus Berry. Once I'm almost at 100 HP, I click Discharge and hope I one-shot once again. This was at least less close though, and Honchkrow retaliates with another Drillbite for exactly 90 damage, enabling Comet to vaporize the second Pokemon with Discharge. I get sort of a break now since Weavile comes out, and I know it goes for Fake Out, so I can freely go into Scizor the turn it hits. Scizor then has to take an Ice Punch, which he does, exceptionally, and he's able to take out Weavile with a single X-Scissor, sending out the last stand, Crobat. I know Scizor can live a hit, so I try to go for Night Slash, as Crobat hits a Confuse Ray, making Scizor hit himself. So I know I have to switch. I go into Magmortar on Air Slash, hoping for a Flame Body proc, which I also don't get, and decide to go for a Flamethrower, as Crobat uses another Confusion Ray. But despite being the same color, Magmortar doesn't fall for the same tricks as Scizor, hitting Flamethrower and bringing Crobat below half. I pivot back into Candy Cane on the Cross Poison and decide to stay in and click Night Slash again. Crobat goes for Air Slash, dealing just barely enough for a 2-hit KO and bringing Scizor some health back in the courtesy of Citrus Berries. Night Slash then hits for a reasonable chunk of damage as well, and I go back into Magmortar as Citrus full restores the weakened bat. I stay in and go for another Flamethrower, as Crobat wants to confuse Fireplace again, which once again doesn't work, and Fireplace hits another huge Flamethrower. I repeat the Candy Cane pivot and once again go for Night Slash to chip Crobat. He uses another Air Slash, and Scizor successfully hits a non-crit Night Slash, From there, it's one more switch into Fireplace on an air slash miss, and after tanking a cross poison like it's nothing, Magmortar shows Crobat where his place is, with one more flamethrower. Now the Tyrus is defeated, I have to come face to face with the devil of Pokemon. As it stares at me from the abyss of the Distortion world, I make a huge decision. Let's go for it! Let's kill Satan! Well, because I didn't plan for this to happen, I forgot to give berries back to my team, nor did I switch it around at all, making this fight even more interesting. Giratina's of course faster, hitting a hard Dragon Claw before I'm even able to get a grasp on the situation. Jingle Bell retaliates with a Waterfall for about a tenth of Giratina's HP, so I have to switch into Comet on the second Dragon Claw. Comet is able to hit an insignificant discharge as Giratina stupidly goes for Shadow Force. Even though Comet resists, I know this is the best move I'll get to pivot to Candy Cane. Giratina hits the second turn for about 50 damage, and I stay in to tank a Dragon Claw in an exchange for Night Slash, which even without a crit is able to bring Giratina below half. I repeat the process, and Candy Cane shrugs off another Dragon Claw for another Night Slash, putting Giratina to red HP. I'm not willing to risk a third one, so I make a switch into Elf, hoping for a Dragon Claw, but Giratina predicts and goes for Ominous Wind, dealing a huge chunk to Gardevoir, but I wasn't gonna attack with it anyway, so it doesn't matter. What does matter is as I make another switch into Magmortar, Giratina predicts me again and goes for Ancient Power, taking almost half of Magmortar's HP, but luckily not getting the boost. Fireplace then outspeeds, and one more Flamethrower takes down the Angel of Death. By the way, putting Magmortar's counter of the Distortion World boss is defeated to 2. What a legend. As I'm in the ghostly mood, I also get a Rotom, which according to Bulldopedia is red. And after using a cheat code, I opened the Chamber of Appliances to get Rotom some usage. But it felt kinda weird, so I decided to box it and not use it a single time. I get through the puzzle which LT Search should take notes from and face Volkner, who shouldn't be that threatening compared to what we just went through. He leads with Jolteon as I open with Magmortar. Jolteon instantly goes for Thunder Wave, making Fireplace fully paralyzed turn 1. So I speed up and hit a Flamethrower immediately. Jolteon tries to set up a Charge Beam, but sadly for him, Magmortar is able to hit through the paralysis once again, taking down the first Pokemon, which instantly baits the Ace, Giga Impacting Electivire. I switch Magmortar out, hoping for Giga Impact, but Electivire just goes for Thunder Punch, which hits Scizor pretty hard. I then switch again into Elf, hoping for a second Thunder Punch or a Fire Punch, which thankfully I do get. I stay in and click Psychic as Electivire opts for a quick attack. Psychic then deals 2/3 of his HP and procs the Citrus Berry. I switch Elf out into Medicham, knowing it's another quick attack, which I do get. Gingerbread then has to take a Thunder Punch, which he does pretty well, all things considered, and hits back with a Drain Punch, ending Electivire and getting back above half of his HP. Luxray comes out to heal Medicham even more, and after Thunderfang, second Drain Punch finishes him off, getting Gingerbread above 100 HP. Volkner's Raichu comes out last, and bear with me. When I prepped for this fight, I accidentally cocked on the Alolan Raichu instead of the regular one. So after I switch Medicham for Comet on a Charge Beam, which does barely anything, I click Signal Beam thinking it's over. But yeah, Raichu retaliates with a Focus Blast, which if that hit, I'm sure I'd had no Elite 14. I go back into Medicham as Raichu hits Focus Blast this time, which is thankfully not even a 2-shot from this range, meaning I can stay in. After letting Gingerbread tank a Charge Beam, which he does just barely, he fires off a Drain Punch in revenge to take down Raichu and win me the final gym badge. Then, I just surf up to the Pokemon League, go through some annoying trainers in the Victory Road, and with one last waterfall, make it to the final location. I go straight to heal since I would like to not mess up the last rival fight with Grinch. I buy some full restores and walk way too close to the Elite 4 gates, bringing Grinch into the building. What was that about not messing this up again? Grinch leads with the most terrifying Pokemon he has in Staraptor, as I whip out my Victory Route lead in Elf. Elf's Trace ability luckily lowers Staraptor's damage output at least a bit, and he instantly goes for U-turn as I click Shockwave. U-turn leaves Gardevoir's health just slightly above half as Heracross comes out into a Shockwave that manages to crit. I then switch into Candy Cane on a Night Slash crit from Heracross. The beetle outspeeds and hits Scizor with a weak aerial ice, as Candy Cane annihilates it with a wing attack in return. Bringing Grinch's Ace Monkey for one last rodeo. I swap into Fireplace on a Flamethrower and stay in as Infernape misses a Focus Blast, to hit back with a super weak Strength. And since I can risk all the non-E4 mons at this point, I stay in for another miss by Focus Blast. Fireplace defeats Infernape with a critical hit Flamethrower. Baiting the Floatzel in next, and I know he wants to go for Aqua Jet, so I pivot into Combat on the super weak priority move. And I stay in as Break Ray takes Combat to Citrus Berry range. From there, he's able to retaliate with a Discharge crit that didn't really matter for another kill, bringing the Staraptor back out. I switch into Jingle Bell, which I was also willing to side here, on the close combat, with just slightly less than half to Seeking. I pivot through Magmortar on another close combat, and I know I could have probably sacked it here, but I went to get out of it deathless. So I went back into Jingle Bell on a third close combat, popping his berry, and when I saw the HP, I hoped for a U-turn or a Steel Wing, and clicked Flail. The foolish bird fell for it, and U-turn left Seeking on 1 HP. Once it brought Roserade out, it was over for her right away, since a single max boosted fail knocked it out. When Staraptor popped up again, I expected another U-turn, and since the only thing left on his team was a Snorlax, I went straight into Gingerbread. Snorlax came out, and I hoped Medicham can hit the very KO positive range with Drain Punch, but he didn't, enabling Snorlax to get a huge body slam hit in. So even though another Drain Punch defeated him, I couldn't stay in with Medicham on the incoming Staraptor. I swept into Comet on the incoming Aerial Ice, and thought he was out of Focus Blasts. So I clicked Recover, and after Steel Wing, I was even more sure. So I clicked another Recover, and then he went for U-turn. I thought Grinch was just memeing at this point, and I clicked one more Recover to get the full HP. Which was exactly the time for Staraptor to fire his last close combat. Comet held that hit, and after a defense drop, it was a guaranteed one-shot by Discharge, meaning I beat the last difficult fight before Cynthia with an unprepared, unleveled, and weak team. After that scare, I went for some items. First, the Expert Belt, for which you need a level 93 Pokemon, out of the level cap obviously, but the rule set only says I have to bog steal leveled Pokemon, so I chose Nutcracker, my starter, to get super buffed in return for the item. I also picked the Wise Glasses, which might suit a certain Porygon per se, and just to be safe, the Solar Powder for Candy Cane. I also wanted to make sure Nutcracker feels safe and good in retirement, so I made him his own private box and put him right in the middle.
Alright, it's been kind of difficult day and a half, but we've assembled a party,
And I kinda forgot to show it off, so here it is. Candy Cane the Scissor, the Technician and Solar Powder. Gingerbread the Medicham with Pure Power and Black Belt. X-Mass Spirit, the Frostlass with Nevermelt Ice and a Priority Ice Shard for Garchomp. BJ Crit the Absol, a last-minute addition with Super Luck since I didn't want to cuck through Lucian. Comet, the true MVP of this attempt with Adaptability and Wise Glasses. And last but not least, Jingle Bell the Seeking, with Swift Swim, Rain Dance, Hail, and Mystic Water. But with that, I'll let you enjoy the real-time commentary for the finale of the run. Also, one last thing, just heads up, I played this at like 2 AM, and I didn't realize how loud the game audio actually was until post, so it might be a little bit harder to comprehend in some sequences. But with that, let's see how I fare against the Elite Four.
alright, this is the Elite Four. Starting with Aaron. His team of bug types will have to face my super buff bug type, so I'm not really sure how he wants to deal with us. Alright, so this Yanmega basically should set up double team, which means we also will set up with 2 Source Dances. It's also Speed Boost. Yeah, now the only challenge will be to hit this Yanmega, and then we should be clear for the rest of the fight. So this Caesar is Technician, which means double hit will do an insane amount of damage if it hits. Let's see if we hit. Attempt 1. And we do. Absolutely annihilating the Yanmega. We also put Silk Scarf on our Pokemon. Boom. First one down. I don't really care what comes out next, since we literally just click double hit right now on all of his Pokemon. Right? Pressure, that kind of fucks us, since we lose more PP. Two down. Okay, so count with me now. Heracross. This is probably faster than us, which means we have to pray for a no crit from Stone Age or close combat. It chose Stone Age, and it wasn't a crit. Crit wouldn't fuck us from this move, actually. Okay, okay. Almost a one-shot by one hit, by the way. His own Caesar. The mirror match. Too bad we're super buffed. Oh, it's faster though. It's not like this does anything. This will. Oh, it might not one-shot actually. Yeah, it didn't. Okay, that's interesting. He's gonna full restore. Okay, so he's just fucked now. Cool. Yeah, now you have one more move. Oh, it used its own X-Scissor, huh? We're also probably not faster than this. But Aerial Ice shouldn't kill us. Yeah, exactly. We weren't even dead to crit, by the way. Yeah, the berry doesn't matter. It also hits twice. And this should kill it, even from that range. Yep. And that's the first 84 member down. This one was by far the easiest, by the way. Okay, fight number 2. Bertha. This shouldn't be really difficult either, since her first Pokemon is Whiscash, which cannot really do that much to our Seeking. We can set up the weather now, and with Swift Swim just sweep. Also, if Seeking dies here, we don't really care. The only thing we lose is a Hail setup for Frostlass. Alright, we just click Waterfall here. This probably won't take it out in one shot. But the rest of the team... Also, Gliscor might not go... Oh, that's so... Oh, it flinched though. That's really good. That's really, really good. Full restore, that doesn't really matter, since we outspeed. It all depends on what comes out after Whiscash. Ooh, a crit. Okay. Level 60? Nope. I didn't really edge the Pokemon. Oh, the Gliscor. That's kind of bad. Because now if we don't one-shot, we have to switch out. And it's a ranged one-shot, if I counted correctly. Okay, and we hit it. Let's go. Alright, this was definitely the toughest part of the whole fight. We should be able to take out at least 1 or 2 more Pokemon with Rain. Golem comes out, okay. There's another one down. Okay, now we're out of Rain and Rhyperior comes out, okay. This is something I didn't account for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we still kill. Because it's a ground rock, right? Yeah, let's just do it. Come on, hit it. Let's go. And Hippowdon. Yeah, that really cannot do anything. Oh, the sensor though. Quick Surf. And this turns out to be pretty anticlimactic if you have a strategy, huh? Even with these like super not good Pokemon. Oh, that was a crit. I doubt that mattered. I think that was just like to show off. Alright, that's 2 down. There's just 2 more to go, and then Cynthia. Alright, Flint. Oh, damn, you have a cool ass background though. Too bad you're the one who's gonna get roasted, huh? I hope you're not the one who's gonna wipe me. That would be kind of embarrassing. Yeah, the thing is, the Magmortar and the Infernape are kind of an issue because we don't one-shot it. And also Rapidash because we don't outspeed. This is a guaranteed KO though. Houndoom is just on this screen for like 5 seconds. Yep, see ya. It depends on what's gonna come out next. Ooh, it's a Rapidash. Okay, that's kind of okay, I guess. It depends now. Does it go like Flare Blitz or does it go Bounce? I have to gamble on it going Bounce. Fuck. Yeah, this is kind of bad. Not kinda, it's just completely terrible. Will I do that again? No, now it's going Bounce. Oh my god, this is horrible. I completely butchered that. The Rapidash is definitely outspeeding us. Which means we can normally hit Waterfall. Oh, okay. So we're outspeeding them, I guess. Cool. Normal, right? Okay, kill this, please do it. Yes. Okay, that's, what, 3 more turns of Rain? 2 more turns of Rain? I'm not sure. We are outspeeding that. And we go for the physical move here. Hopefully this kills the Infernape as well. It's a range. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Now if it's still Rain up. Yes. And Magmortar comes out. We're also outspeeding that. Okay, this Waterfall should kill this, right? And if it doesn't, we just lose 1 Pokemon. It's probably our weakest link, so that's completely fine. Also, we don't need Seeking after this fight, except for the Hail setup. Kill it though. That's a crit. I'm not really sure if it mattered. Oh, Flame Body. Okay, Rain stop. What is the last one? Flareon. It's fine. Just gonna check the moves on this. Quick Attack, Overheat, Will-O-Wisp, and Giga Impact. Alright, I'm pretty sure we can go here, right? Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. It went Giga Impact. I should have gone into Frostlass. Live it. Please, live it. Come on. Yes. It has to recharge now. I just wanted to save a turn. This should technically kill it. No, it didn't. Oh, it's fine. He's going for Will-O-Wisp. And we're outspeeding. Okay, he kind of threw. He could have gone for another Giga Impact, which could have killed me. Let's go. Alright, it's just Lucian left. And Lucian shouldn't pose any threats, I think. I have 2 Pokemon that are super effective against him. And also he leads with fucking Mr. Mime. Alright, even though I completely butchered the beginning, we somehow got out of it with no deaths. Cool. The last part of the Elite Four is Lucian, which Absol should just clearly sweep through. Right. Let's see it. The last nerd in the fucking queue. Yeah, as I said, the lead of Mr. Mime. Yeah, I don't really feel that, you know. Reflect. Yeah, that's gonna save you for sure. Ooh, immediately went for the attacking move. Immediately went for the throat. Wait, I just realized, am I slower? Fuck. Damn it, he went for light screen. Fuck. Alright, 1 down. I could have killed it with Night Slash and saved Sucker Punch PP, but whatever. Gallade. We detect here just to kind of get the gist of it. Stone Age, okay. Flex no longer up. Okay, Sucker Punch is a KO. This should be a guaranteed KO, at least 2. Showdown calculator. Yes, okay. Almost got us to level cap. Level up. Okay, once again, I just go for Detect. Okay, Focus Blast. By the way, if Absol dies, I'm completely fine with it. This is a guaranteed KO. Alakazam is super fucking frail. There's no shot that lives. Yeah. It's just Espeon, right? Right? Last Sucker Punch. Now it's just Bronzong. And we're faster than Bronzong, meaning just Oko with Night Slash. Right, this should be a guaranteed KO. Super easily with +2. Yep. And that's a sweep through the entire Elite Four. Okay, cool. Now it's just Cynthia left. That's gonna be an interesting fight though, for sure. Right, it's time. And by the time, I mean it's time for Ice Beam. To our Porygon, since we need to have as many Pokemon that could be able to take out the Garchomp. Because everybody who played Platinum knows that the Garchomp is the biggest on the field. I actually planned this group completely around Garchomp and Melodic. Anyway, let's do this. Let's brace ourselves for the final fight of the run. All the hours I invested in this for the past few days, and the hours I have to invest in it, are coming to a close. This is the final challenge we have to face in this run. And definitely the scariest. Maybe Rourke was scarier a little bit. But also that took like 10 minutes to reset. If I wipe now, I'm not able to put out the video in time, so it's just gonna be anticlimactic with ending on a sad note. Anyway, we Swords Dance so we can one-shot. Even crit doesn't kill us here. It's like 30%. Yeah. We don't need more setups since probably Garchomp's coming out right after this. Because it sees the flamethrower kill. And we lose the buff by switching out. So I'm not willing to sack the Caesar just yet. Yeah, we don't need faint. We're not about to faint, okay? Yeah, Garchomp's out next. And this is the most difficult part of this. Pretty sure I have to do this because it's gonna be flamethrower. And probably sack for Jingle Bell here. For Hail. Ooh, he missed the move though. That's insanely huge. Right, this does not mean that Jingle Bell lives though. I really cannot risk this. The only way he lives is if he is able to kill the Garchomp, which I highly doubt. Well, let's see him try. Not even the weather is boosted, but maybe. This may be not a death move for him, right? He will live this. Copium. He will live this. Oh, he actually did live it. Okay. The last part of him wanting to be alive. Yeah, that didn't do anything. And Hail him now takes him out. See a Jingle Bell. We did a hell of a job during this attempt. Alright. And this Frostlass should be able to Ice Shard it for the kill. Hopefully. If I calculate correctly, it should be around 70%, and that's way more than 70%. Way less than 70% actually. Oh my god, it didn't kill. Fuck. Oh yeah, because I calculated with level 62 and I level 59. Fuck me. Oh, he missed again. What the fuck? Okay. This attempt is probably blessed. Once more. What the hell? Okay. One more Ice Shot takes it out then. And that's definitely the biggest Pokemon that could end this attempt down. Sit down, Garchomp. Sit the fuck down. Oh, it missed because Snowcloak. Yeah, I completely forgot that that exists. Alright, this is gonna be Shadow Ball. Or Stone Edge. Yeah, this might be Stone Edge too. Alright, I think we have to go into this. Either that or we sack this. Well, we can technically do Protect one turn, right? To see what move it uses. Stone Edge, okay. So that didn't help at all. Since I still have to go into this. Hope for this turn it switches up and goes for Shadow Ball, but I doubt it. No, it doesn't. Ooh, but it missed. Huge. We discharge. Hope for the Para here. Not gonna get it. This might take us out, but this actually might take us out. I could have PP stored it. Yeah, I didn't quite realize. Yo, it lived. Now it's a random move though, right? No, it's E-Speed. It's guaranteed E-Speed. Right? It has to go priority move now. Yep. I can technically spell this out, huh? Come on, hold. Nope, that's a crit. Okay. I mean, it's not that bad. At least we have a free switch in now. This is a wrench to kill, actually, too. But we hold. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Get at least to 110 HP. It's not gonna be that much, right? It's gonna be like 95. Yeah, 98. Fuck. It's not really that good. Melodic? Melodic? Come on. Tokens. Let's go Frostlass here. That's kind of a good HP to be at. Come on, hit the blizzard. Let's go. Come on, come on. Below half, below half. Let's go below half. Yes. That's a crit, that's a crit. No, it's probably not. Okay, live, hold, hold, hold. What the fuck? Let's go. Okay, we need to hit one more blizzard then. Because the ice shot is gonna put it in the blizzard range again. Yeah, that's definitely a blizzard range. Come on, Frostlass, do it! Do it! Do it! Yes! Oh, I did not think this was gonna go down like that, but oh my god, okay. It's just Rose Rate and Melodic out now. Melodic is out next. I am faster. And I think I need to tag this as well. I was gonna go out with a bang. With the special defense drop right now. And the chip to marble scale. See ya, the true Christmas spirit brought us even a step closer to the victory. Let's go this out next. And Drain Punch. That's a good HP. It's a really good HP. Okay, I'm still faster and I kill it now. And it's just Rose Rate left. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the very last Pokemon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have this. Yeah, it doesn't even affect it. Right, this does about 20%. It should do about 20% because I am calculating with level 59 and I'm level 6. Oh my god, the flinches might even fuck me here though. That's not good. This might actually still not be good. Don't flinch. Let's go. And that's a kill. And that is Pokemon Platinum with just red and white Pokedex classified Pokemon. Whew, what a wild ride that was, huh? I lost one Pokemon in the entire run and then 3 in the champion fight. And like that, I completed a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Platinum using only red and white Pokemon. If you made it all the way here, consider subscribing. It would mean a world to me. And also, let me know what's your favorite red or white Pokemon down in the comments, so I know you made it here. And with that, my job here is done, and with a wish of happy holidays, goodbye.